Task Timer is a Google extension that allows students to create a list of tasks with time goals. It also allows students to keep track of the amount of time they are spending on each task. You can get the Task Timer extension by going to the Google Chrome Web Store. If you click on Add to Chrome, you'll be able to add that as a Chrome extension. So let's take a look at Task Timer. It's a tool to help you keep track of time that you spend on certain tasks, and this is very helpful for students who have trouble doing so. You can very easily help the students to monitor the amount of time they're spending on research, homework, or any other type of task that they're doing while in school or even at home. So the use case I'm applying here is an ELA class, and students are with me for 40 minutes, and they are working on an assignment where they need to research and write about an animal. So this specific student has chosen to write about the panda. Within the 40-minute period, I'm going to actually sit with the student and I'm going to designate the amount of time I'd like the student to spend on certain tasks. Then this can actually, using Task Timer is a good way to create a dialogue with that student to kind of get a feel for how much time he or she should be spending on certain tasks. So we're going to start with the first task, and to add it we just click on this field right here, and our first task is to find picture of panda. And since we have 40 minutes, the student and I have decided that 5 minutes is a fair amount of time to do that. And I'm going to unclick Start because I don't want the time to start yet because I'm creating my list. And then I'm going to click Add Task. And as you can see, the task has been added to the top of my page. The next task is to write 3 to 5 sentences about habitat, and for that we're going to allot 15 minutes. The next task is to spend some time peer editing with Grace, and for that we're going to allot 20 minutes. So now my total time, as you can see here, is 40 minutes. And I'm going to go back to our first task, right here, find picture of panda. And by clicking Start, I will actually start the time. That is going to be allotted on that task. So not only is it counting up the time towards that goal, but it's counting up the time towards the total of 40 minutes. So as you can see, the Task Timer is continuing to time my task. And I want to just point out a few things. In order to reset the time, I just click these green arrows and then it will start it back from the beginning. I can also pause the time by clicking here to pause. And I can delete this task by clicking on this little red button here. If I click on the eye, it will give me some task information. It will give me the time spent, the goal that I had originally set, a description of the task, which I can enter here. It will give me task options, and it will also give me a history of the time spent on that task in a calendar format. Scroll back up. As you can also see, there's a pie chart that's going to be formed down the bottom of the page, which is going to show me the time I spent on certain tasks. So as you can see, the task has reached its goal, and you will hear a notification that tells you that it has done so. So I'm going to close that. and I'm going to go to write 3 to 5 sentences about habitat, and I'm going to start that task. And as you can see, my pie chart is changing as the task timer moves ahead. So as you can see, task timer takes a chunk of time and allows you or your students to break that time down into manageable task goals. This could be helpful when working on homework, when studying, when doing a project. The notifications are also very helpful and allow students to bring their attention back to the tasks at hand.